said, no, she's golfed too. Yeah. Yeah. I did. Is this it? Maybe you might want to mention when we reconvene if anybody.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're gonna make your joke. That's right.
All right, please start to move toward your seats. We will be starting very shortly. Please take your seats. Go on. All right. So people that are in the back, if they could all start to come in and take their seats. I have one announcement to make about the 2020 convention. Anyone who's not in their seat at the right time, their name will be drawn out of a hat and pressed into service as next year's convention chair. So please come on in.
Come on back. All right. So, was that exciting? It passed by a wide margin. Thank you for all the hard work, you guys. So, speaking of hard work, we mentioned it earlier, but as you guys all know, this type of event requires a lot of coordination and a lot of moving parts and a lot of preparation. And we want to recognize the hard work of the entire team, but especially a few folks. So, Leah, if you are in the back of the room, if you wouldn't mind coming up, please. Leah has been phenomenal in just making sure that everything gets done and everybody has somewhere to go. So thank you, Leah. Thank you. I also want to call up David and Kelly, also for co-organizing, co-managing, co-everything this convention. The little gift. Thank you. So grateful to have you guys making this all happen for us and making it all possible. So I have a couple of things I would like to mention. We do have final copies of the platform. They are right here, and we'll put them probably on the stage. So if you would like a final version of the platform, I invite you to pick one up when we wrap up here this evening. I also would just want to make a point of clarification on something you see on the agenda at 7 p.m. today. This evening, there is an Alliance Co-Chair Social, and I just want to clarify for everyone that that is just for the actual Alliance Co-Chairs. It's not a social that Alliance Co-Chairs are hosting for all of the delegates. It's just actually for... I'm only repeating what I was told, but yeah, it's for actual Alliance Co-Chairs. And I think with that, I would like to invite up Bill Doherty to lead our final discussion and wrap things up for us.
Okay, so raise your hand if you're not an Alliance co-chair. You are not invited. Okay, is that clear enough? You could have been one, right? But you did not choose to be one, and you are not invited to the party. And it's going to be an amazing. Unfortunately, I am also not an Alliance co-chair. Okay, so we're going to do a little activity to finish up. And so the question is, what are you taking with you from our time here that you're going to act on when you go home? What do you want to do with the experience that you've had here? Could be something small, could be something bigger, but that's the question. So we're going to do a process of some reflection on that, and then some pairing up, and then some sharing with one another. So what are you going to do with what you have experienced here in these few days? So a moment of reflection first. Okay, so when I give the signal, I'm going to ask you to pair up like we've done before. You don't have to bother with the red, blue at this point, just somebody nearby. Again, don't leave a third person alone. And you have 4 minutes. Go. Okay. Ding, 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 ding. Clap once if you can hear me. Clap twice if you can hear me. Clap 3 times if you can hear me. Okay, we do it in 3. Shh. Great. Shh. All right. So we have some runners with microphones, and so who would like to say what you're going to do when you go home? And so we can have Julie next here. Go for it. Yes, sir.
My name is Patrick Etienne. I'm from Bloomington, Indiana. And the first thing I'm going to do when I get home is I'm going to spend some time thinking about what I'm going to do for Better Angels. Because there are so many things that I want to do. I can't spend all of my time doing like all of the things. So, but among that kind of stuff, like setting up a debate for the university, especially with the college students themselves, volunteering to do a little bit of a tech work for the organization, doing some workshops.
Did we hear the V word, volunteer?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
for sure. Recruiting other volunteers.
Ooh.
Yeah, good stuff like that. So, what's that? Oh my goodness. That'll work.
You guys keep talking to all of us. Don't let them distract you. Yes.
Sure. No, it's good.
This is a group conversation.
Absolutely,
Okay.
it's starting to be that way. But yeah, overall, just like taking some time to think, to fit up like what I can contribute best, what I'm most motivated toward, and what BA needs the most.
Great.
That's what I'm going to do.
Thank you. All right.
Yep.
Go for it. Yes. Over here.
Hello. What I've taken from this...
Tell us your name again.
Oh, Rick Olson from Minnesota. One of the things I've taken from this is to build on a real successful debate we had in Minnesota on Tuesday is we need to do many more debates within Minnesota because I think that's what will attract Reds because they will like that. So that's one of my things to do. But I also want to take this moment to let you know that my opposition to the one segment of the platform was not because I didn't like Better Angels. It was in love that I was doing that because I don't want us to shoot us in the foot.
Yes, we understand. Thank you.
Thank you.
And then if it ends up a disaster, those of you who vote against us can formally say, I told you so. And I'll claim I voted against it too at that time. Yes. Yes, Julie.
Thank you. Julie Gordon, Hendersonville, North Carolina. It has been a wonderful experience, and because of the Reds that have been on the platform and spoken up, I now have the confidence to go home and try to convert. I'm not.
Okay, take that off the tape.
No, I didn't mean that. I didn't mean convert. I meant convince them to come. I really did. You can ask the sheriff because I was just going to tell you. It's because of Don and the sheriff. It's because of Ray, who I spent a little time with. It's because of Bruce. It's because of Erica. And I said, well, how do you recruit a Red? And they said, go get somebody that is Red and let them do it for you. So I know some of those guys, and now I know how to do it. Thank you so much.
All right. Excellent. Excellent. Yes.
Hi, Julie Bowler again from North Carolina. North
you had
Carolina is representing here.
All right. This could start a bad trend. Ohio! Yeah,
We're
yeah.
holding it down.
Yeah, yeah.
So I got together with another Blue, Maureen, who spoke earlier, and we were kind of both on the same wavelength about going back to our own folks, like Blue folks, and trying to start a little depolarization that goes on, and ramping up towards primary races. There's just tensions starting to come out, and not only that, but also just the the flack you can get from people that are maybe further along on the spectrum than you for doing any kind of depolarization work, just challenged about whether it's the right thing to do or not. So we think it is. So we're going to take some of that home.
Great, great. Convert your own side. Yes, great. Okay, Donna in the back, and then I'll come up here again.
My name's
Yes,
Steve Today, and I'm from Alameda, California. I guess we're all about reds and blues, but California's a golden state, so I had to throw that in. But my first order of business is we've got 4 community colleges very near to where I live, and I'm going to send emails, make phone calls, make visits, and this is something that would be very useful. So that's the first thing I'm going to do.
Great, excellent, excellent, excellent. So David, and let's make sure we get this side of the room too. We're doing all over here. Yeah.
Chris Brown from Inverness, California. And I'm going to be ready to respond on a one-on-one basis to everybody who asked me, where the heck were you? And to the groups I'm part of, which I hope leads to depolarizing meetings with other blues. And then, and I'd like to, have, in an old-fashioned way, have something to hand out. So I'm going to go on the website and see if there's something I can take from there on a quarter sheet to give them. And then I'm going to reach out to the thin connections I have with Red friends and see if we can continue some conversations that I've started there.
Great, great, wonderful. Okay, yes. And we'll get over here next, yeah. Yep.
Hi, Wendy Robinson, Northampton, Massachusetts. I have a couple of ideas. I want to write an opinion column for my local paper about this experience, my second experience as a delegate here, and to spread the word. And I also would like to start a book club. Cheryl Couture was in the breakout session with me, and she was talking about having started a book club, which expanded greatly and is a really good way of spreading the word and getting more members. So I'm going to try that.
Excellent. Okay, let's go over here.
Hi, I'm Sherry Jung from Clemson, South Carolina. We have 2 of us from South Carolina. We're excited.
Could we hear some excitement for South
Yes.
Carolina here?
And even in this little town of 13,000 people, not counting the university, we have 140 people who have been through our events.
Whoa.
My plan is, that's 1%, by the way.
Ooh.
Yeah. What my plan is when we get home is to set a time somewhere and a place large enough to hold a bunch of people, get the documentary, and then invite the people to the documentary. I think it's really, really well done, and I think it will make the case.
Yeah. Okay.
William Ellis, Bloomington, Indiana. Pretty much on my way home, when I stop, I'm going to go through Facebook, find that my top 5 polarizing friends on the Reds, top 5 on the Blues, and I'm going to badger them till they get involved with Better Angels, because that's where the change will happen.
Yeah, over here. And then there's some folks in the back who were neglecting. So that's the badger maneuver. Yes, yes, yes. Unashamedly. Yes.
I'm Elizabeth from Springfield, Missouri, and I already talked a little bit about educating myself. That's my #1 priority.
Yeah.
I just got through with my moderator training, and I'm really interested in the Depolarizing Within workshop, so I'm going to make that my focus once we're done. We were talking a little bit about recruitment in our discussion, and I had a question about, with our high school interventions, do we have a way for minors to become members? Because I have a son who is a minor that I think might be interested, and I don't know if we have any way of doing that, but I think that might be an interesting avenue for us to explore since we're going into the high schools.
So Junior Better Angels. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay,
Just a
great.
thought.
Okay, so the way you get represented to speak is not to signal me, but to signal somebody with a microphone. And we're going into the back next. I just followed their lead. Go for
Hello,
it.
Bill. My name is Melvin Whitfield. I'm from Maryland. And I've already said that I'm going to work on the 5 + 5 = 10,000 with the debates coming up in a week or so. I've got my folks lined up for that. But now the very first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to find my rules on parliamentary procedure so that I can sort of moderate the debate that I'm sure is going to ensue with my family and friends. So thank you.
Okay, yes.
Hi, my name is Karen Reiner, and one of the reasons I started waving like crazy was in response to what Elizabeth just said. So about a year ago, my sister asked me to come to her high school and give a Better Angels workshop or a presentation to her students who were from 9th grade through 12th grade. And David Blankenhorn knew I did this. It was going a little bit rogue because we didn't follow exactly every element of the workshop because we had time constraints.
No.
I had David's permission to go have
At 2, Blankenhorn. Okay.
But I have some show and tell. I don't know who can see this on my phone here, but my sister also happened to take a bunch of students to National History Day in Washington, D.C. about 10 days ago. Were some of you there? Maybe? And Better Angels was a sponsor. And the student who won the Better Angels Award was in the workshop I gave in my sister's classroom.
Yay.
So that may be coincidence, but for those of you who are looking for some symbol that this is working and that this is working for young people as well as for older people, I show you this evidence. Okay? It's posted on the Better Angels leadership page. You can see it. But I'm curious. So what I'm taking from this is keep plugging because what we're doing is working. And I'd like to kind of know who decided how she won this medal and like what.
You can
what
ask David
criteria,
later. Yeah.
But anyway,
I'm not going to give him the mic.
Wanted
Yes,
to share that.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Well, since
Okay.
you let me go rogue, I
Great.
see what.
So we have time for about 3 more. Donna is great at getting.
Our sole courageous delegate from Maine
Yes.
requests recognition.
From Maine.
Hi, my name's Mariah, and I'm from Maine. So the good thing about that is that there's no Better Angels presence in Maine, which means I can do anything, and it's an improvement, right? The bar is low, so there's no place to go but up. I'm actually really excited. So I am part of an organization that meets every month for pizza and politics. We drink beer and eat pizza and talk about politics. And I told them last month that I was coming to this, so they put off our monthly meeting until this week so that I could tell them about it when I got back. And they just sent out an email reminder this morning. They're like, don't forget, Mariah's going to tell us about Better Angels. So I'm already primed to like give my little spiel to a
Excellent.
group. Pretty excited about it.
Excellent. All right.
Hi, Christian Sarabia from Missouri. One of the biggest takeaways that I have this year is seeing so many more college-age students here at Better Angels. And so our goal for next year is to double the size of college-age students. So that's our goal.
Very cool. Very cool.
Hello, I'm James Cohen from Washington, D.C. So I was involved in developing the Better Angels Media Initiative, part of the platform. I'm excited to get involved in that. I mean, just to give a sense of the scale, there's about 300 of us here. There's about 300 million Americans. So they need to see the good in each of us across divides and the good that Better Angels does.
Great. Thank you. Thank you.
This is only Ohio. We got a zillion Ohioans, but we'll let them speak.
I'm not going to apologize for being a Buckeye.
Oh! Oh!
I am going to take from this, I'm going to go home and I'm going to work in my own household. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to speak to my wife, who is deep blue and also a bit of an introvert. And I'm going to say to her, for the good of the country, we have to be able to go out to dinner with people like my good friend Bill Fry.
Okay. We're going to do, yes, thank you. One and two, and then we're done. One and two. Go for it.
Hi, my name's Ken Hay from La Vita, Colorado, and I belong, it's a very small community, about 800 people, and I belong to a very purple church there. The Democrats meet there, the Republicans meet there, and my goal is to go back there and see if I can get a Better Angels situation where they're both there at the same time. And I know they'll have to be good because we're in a church.
My name is Emmanuel Jarvis, Durham, North Carolina, great state. I happen to also be the chairman of the Durham County Republican Party. And so I have a responsibility on social media to make sure that my posts are one that have decorum. But a lot of times I see folks that are part of my group, and even not, using memes that are hurtful, even sometimes even slanderous, taking posts and sharing posts that may or may not be accurate, or maybe 7 years old, not even reading the article, just posting things because they like the title of it. And so my takeaway is really going to be educating my own, I have 27,000 registered Republicans in Durham County. It's really be starting to teach them, hey, look, there is a process of how social media could work, so there does not need to be the vitriol, and how to be responsible in your post.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, back to you.
Thank you, Bill. Thanks for all of the great feedback. This is all really exciting. So I am going to actually hand things off to my trusty co-chair here to give some final remarks of his own.
Yeah, and then you're going to make some remarks too?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. What are you going to say?
I haven't decided yet.
I want to tell you all what a wonderful experience this has been for me. Humbling, moving, rewarding. You know, anytime that you get to do something with your strengths and skills in service of something that you really care about, and it has an impact and it adds to the common good, you know, that just makes you feel good. So I'm very glad to have been a part of this, plus all my conversations and relationships with y'all. Oh yeah, that's the other thing I want to say. So on Thursday night I said, you know, we all have this rare opportunity. And there's this issue that we know we can tackle, and to look up and see a whole bunch of people willing to get in the boat with you and row. And you know, in 2017, when a few of us got into a bus and rode around, and you know, it was more like a rowboat. We spent a week, 14 of us or so. Donna Murphy put us up in her house. You know, it feels like from that to here, maybe this boat that we're all on now is a catamaran. I just thought of this. It's like, you know, they got those two things. You can't go without each wing of that boat, and we're sailing. So that's what I feel cool about.
I echo everything that Steve said. I feel energized. I feel like my batteries have been recharged, and I feel really inspired by some of the stories that I've heard, the conversations that I've had with so many of you. I've been really touched by all of the generous comments that you guys have made about what a great job Steve and I have done. It just, we sometimes feel like, oh, this or that, we didn't get this right. So it's really nice to hear that. And I just feel really excited when I'm amongst better angels, because I don't feel alone. Sometimes when I'm, you know, we're in Sacramento and, you know, you strike up a conversation and you tell them about better angels, it's like, oh, that's that. Good for you and good luck with that. And, you know, and that's sometimes, you know, a little disheartening. So when I'm amongst other better angels, I just, like, my battery is like fully charged. I'm excited about what we're doing. I believe in what we're doing. And I also want to recognize and just thank everybody for taking time out of their busy schedules to be here. Many of you, like me, took time away from work, family, small children, and this is a really important thing. So I just want to thank everybody for doing this and for being here with us. So thank you. So a couple of last minute items. Kelly, did you want to come up? Yes, Mr. Yule. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Jim. I'll give you just 5 more minutes to stop that. Okay. So, Kelly, I have your announcement. Was there anything else that you needed to cover, lost items or other miscellaneous? And then we just have a couple more things, and we'll...
So first of all, I just want to remind you that there's a concert tonight. Who all of you like some music? Woohoo, right? How many of you know, well, you all know Kieran O'Connor, right? You know John Wood at this point. Who knows Don Bird or Cynthia O'Brien, Andy Ross, Stage Snyder? Yeah, we've got Steve Seskin on the agenda, David Thane, and Ronnie Lynn Smith. So let's go out and show them some support tonight, right? These are Better Angels. Some of them have not performed a lot in public. Some of them have. But let's go show our support. It's going to be in Graham Chapel, which is up close to the dining hall. It's a really beautiful space. They have it's amazing acoustics. I highly recommend that you go. It's going to be kind of our concluding event of the official convention activities. So tomorrow there are some more workshops during the day. A lot of you will be departing. For checkout, you don't really have to do anything. Leave the linens on your bed, leave your keys behind, but you don't need to turn them in. If you take it with you, we're not going to track you down in Maine and Alaska and Hawaii. Greg will find you if you take your key to Hawaii, but otherwise, I'm not going to. I'll come with you, Greg. Well, let's go to. Yeah, all right. The Mr. Don Bird, where are you, Mr. Don Bird? He left. Mr. Don Bird, in addition to misplacing his light tan jacket, has also misplaced they found the jacket, so that's good. But he's still missing his lime green umbrella. So if you find the lime green umbrella, please return it to Mr. Bird. He lives in Indiana, I believe. You can send it to him. There's someone here whose birthday is today. We don't know who it is, but you're from Bloomington, Indiana. Are you here? Woohoo! All right. So if you could stay standing, I'd like all of us to practice for the concert tonight. All right, ready, everybody? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear. Happy birthday to you. Woo! I'd also let Mr. Steve Saltwick had a birthday a few days ago. I'm not going to make you sing again, but I wanted to say happy birthday as well to Steve. On Thursday, yes. Some of you are interested in collaborating for cabs tomorrow. So if you'd like to share a cab to the airport, there was a list at the info desk. I believe Leah's taking care of that. You can check out whether someone's leaving at the same time. The other thing is the musicians have said you can come into the chapel as early as 7:15 or 7:30 if you want to hang out. If the doors are open, you can go in and sit. If you don't want to walk all the way back down between dinner, that's fine. And lastly, I just want to say that, you know, your prayers were answered because the sun has come out. And I think that we can all go nice, high, and dry to dinner, but I just wanted to say that for me, you all are the real sunshine. You have brought a lot of hope to seeing you all here. And I think each of you has something really unique to offer Better Angels, and I hope you'll stay involved afterwards and bring your energy home to your communities. I think all of your communities need you. So It's been great to serve you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the convention. The last few hours, make them count, all right, guys? Thanks.
Kelly. We love you, Kelly. Okay, raise your hand if you did not get a chance to sign your name on the platform. Okay, I see a couple of folks. Okay, so if you didn't get a chance to sign when we adjourn, please come up and sign. We want to make sure that we have your signature here. And I think we're ready to officially adjourn our session. So I am looking for a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second? Okay, then this 2019 session, no objections, sorry, formality. I can't imagine anybody's objecting at this point. So the session of the 2019 convention is adjourned. Thank you.